And so, we're live.
You need to change the title. We're not doing a luau anymore.
I did change the title.
It says all improv D&D, no drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
it
no
says
drama.
D&D, luau, and vibin', no drama for me.
Update your page. I think it's from yesterday.
Reload.
Okey-dokey.
But yes, hello everybody. Welcome to the table. I'm eating a Cliff Bar.
All the luau stuff made me realize that I super duper don't know how to spell luau. I was trying to write it in my notes and just kept adding vowels, and it kept getting worse.
Wow.
Where did we land?
Luau.
I think I super thought that there was an I in luau, and I think that's how they got me. This is the wrong notebook. It's not even in here.
Oh, but yes, we are. Is it L-A-U-A? I thought it was L-A-U-A.
No, it's L-U-A. Luau.
I still don't know. Let's type it how I was trying to spell it.
Hold on. Luau.
Guys, we're gonna get fucking canceled.
L-U-A-U. Yes.
Wait, hold on. How's that?
Luau.
Is that good?
Luau.
Luau.
Ow, ow, ow. Owie.
There we go. Low owl.
Low owl.
Luau.
Perfect.
Perfect.
But yes.
Whoa.
So, yeah, I think it's gonna be a relaxing evening. We just had Palm of the Fist because we started at 8:30. We went until 11 o'clock, and then we were like just up chatting until like midnight. And so, at least me, I am tired today, but I'm ready to put on a good show and give you guys a good time. And
Good show.
It's gonna be
good show.
Well, because it was awesome because like you guys rolled because the last 30 minutes of Palm of the Fist yesterday took a year off my life, and so tonight's gonna give me that year back because I'm not gonna have anything to stress about this evening. I think we're
The rules can be dog shit.
exactly.
Yes.
The bad
stakes.
guys are all dead.
Yeah.
Next time we have a big group effort, how about everybody just roll the dice that they're contributing to instead of relying on one person?
That actually is a very I like that. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because also just the pure catharsis of rolling 15 dice all at once and it's all for you. Why else I got all this? Just
All this, he says, as he picks up a tiny sack.
yeah.
I don't know what's in there.
It would have been more satisfying if I would have done this. There you go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the good stuff.
She's my gamer subs gal, and I love her. She served me well for 2 years. Oh, okay.
How does she smell?
Foul, like plastic. It's not like anything's going in there that's gross. Here, hold on.
Your grubby bits.
No. Well, nothing's in. Well, maybe the oil from my hands, perhaps.
Yeah.
But at least there's nothing like in here that would be like smelling bad. But like because it's just plastic, like a bunch of different plastic inside of a sealed container, it's just like permeating inside. So you crack it open, take a whiff, and you basically just inhaled the amount of microplastics equivalent to a credit card. So
Yeah. Nummy, nummy, num.
you sit there. Perfect. Oh, but yes. All right. Anything else before we hop in? Are we all ready to play some D&D?
I'm ready.
Second night in a row. Let's go.
Day 2.
Please,
God,
please,
remember we did this 3 days in a row? Jesus fucking Christ. All right.
Can you imagine? Never been done before.
Holy shit, Forgelore is here. Hello,
Forgelore.
Forgelore. And a party of
Hello.
11. How convenient. The show is just about to begin. What up, Steve? That's right, D&D nerds all the way.
Oh shit!
Oh my god, double O.
Ray, get down!
We got fucking everybody
I am
here.
so excited for them to come in and be like, I wonder what this D&D group is, and we all just go, oh god, we live.
We got
Oh god.
Vistabones as well. Oh my god, thank you guys so much. Didn't even see you guys were live earlier. I have been sleeping the whole day. Oh my god, give us all your cheese. And Sam's here, and Emmy's here. God, the gang's all here, guys. Perfect. Absolutely awesome to see you. Still, we got to work out the bug where we can't see Emmy's name.
Because it's purple on purple.
Purple, yeah. But yes, give us all the
She's a
cheddar.
true
And
ninja.
actually, super wonderful if you guys want to stick around. We were just about to do a deep and cleansing breath to get ourselves centered and start the show. So,
Someone's dying.
also, who has the pox in your home?
Who was it?
My sister is sick. She's okay.
Oh, everybody in chat, we need hearts for Darby's sister.
Her cough is forever memorialized.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, but yes, absolutely awesome. A draconic skull, hearts. Oh my god,
Aw.
super cool.
Purple hearts for bravery.
Twitch chat loves Darby's sister. Okay, but we were just about to hop right in. Do you guys want to play some D&D?
No.
Yes.
Yes, and yes. Okay, then as always, a deep and cleansing breath before we begin. Sound good?
No.
Then please join me. Well, that felt good. That was needed. And everything
Did we
after
breathe
the
last?
breath.
Did we breathe last night? I feel like I don't know.
We did breathe last night, yeah.
We did. Okay.
Well, it was quick
I-
because it was we were 2 minutes in, and then we immediately just hopped in because we were starting at 8:30, and so I was like, "Fucking everybody, pant aggressively so we can start."
I forgot to breathe. I zoned out, and by the time you guys really got that, I was like, "Oh shit!"
Anxiety, man, it'll do it to you. But yes, everything after the breath is canon. I actually wrote a recap. I did my homework. Do you guys
Yay.
want to hear a little bit of a recap of what happened next?
Always.
Okay, super cool. Well, congratulations. A battle of attrition was won. After racing through the castle of Herb Corte, after many cinematic moments, and after a nail-biting conclusion, the day was saved. Wax killed Sherieto Pavalacqua with an eldritch blast that was strikingly similar to the appearance of their friends. Cherie was able to save Marguerite Pavel from certain death and decapitate the true vampire F, unvampiring Cassiano Alwyn Pavel. And last but not least, Hawthor, using her incredible speed and cunning, was able to save lives both magically and physically, all while making it look easy and attractive. So, picking up exactly 1 hour after we left off, here's the down low. In the castle, the chamber containing the Fey statues has now been properly lit and is being investigated by Herb Corte's scholars. The bodies of Sherieto and F have been taken to dungeons where they have been restrained just in case. And also, added information, F's head was blindfolded and placed in a separate room than her body just in case. The emerald diamond necklace has been obtained by each of you. Whoever would have taken that off of Sherieto's corpse, you can decide that amongst yourselves, but that is in your possession and you can decide what to do with it. If you wish to give it to the Pavels or if you wish to keep it close by.
I put it in the dragon skull.
Perhaps
No!
No.
Hawthor, no! Tackle. Okay, but outside the castle, the vampire spawn were locked swords with the Pavel guards, but then all suddenly passed away. Now, the Pavel guards are doing their best to kind of mulch through them, but just due to their lack of pain and their incredible aggression and their single-minded goal, they almost seemed like an unstoppable force, but then all suddenly dropped to the ground, dead. We have Cherie to thank for that. And once the vampire forces were defeated, the gates were opened and Havoc and Chaos were reunited outside of the castle walls and ran away from the castle walls just out into the wilderness, perhaps to be seen again. But as of right now, within Herb Corte, there are no active threats. So, I'm going to remind you guys, and to anybody here that's watching, Cherie, you are aware that there is some kind of infiltrator or spy within the LaCroix Castle, and Hawthor, Higgy, is in danger within the Beset Castle to your north, the closest castle to Herb Corte. So although you have all earned a break, there is still an underlying urgency for your next adventure. But with that, the floor is yours. What do you do?
Hathor puts her hands on her knees and goes, "Oh god, oh god, that was scary. Okay, how is that? Okay, does anybody need healing? What? Good.
I'm
god.
doing okay.
I'm fine. Thank you.
Insight check on Cherie. 17.
Yeah, she's fine. She's good. She's not lying.
Okay. You can understand, though.
Yes, no, I understand.
You fucking little sneaky. Ugh.
Are we still in the underground chamber, or?
I would leave that up to you guys individually, but if you think that you would be there, then I would say yes.
Okay. If it's all right that we are there.
Good with me.
Oh, am I buffering?
I think Kate's kind of
Am
cutting
I
out a
buffering?
little bit.
Nope. God damn it!
Sure, he goes, I'm fine, and has a stroke in front of all of you. So when Kate comes back from buffering, where do we find Wax and Hawthorne? Where would you guys find yourselves?
I think we're still in the chamber.
Okay.
I think first things first, I think that we should figure out what to do with this emerald necklace, if we think it's safe to leave with the Pavels, if we think it'd be more dangerous for us to keep it on our travels. I think you're good.
You're
Am I back?
You're back.
Hello,
Kate. Yep, all
hello,
good, all good. Hello.
Let me out. I think, well, if you give me some time, I could look into it. I could see what I could glean from it.
Yeah. I guess the biggest question is what, even after all that, we still don't really know what it was that it was going to do.
Can I do... Could I possibly do a religion check on it?
Yes, you would be able to do a religion check on it.
Cool, because I don't want to do Arcana, because that's a +0.
Okay, got it.
Ooh, that's a 21.
That's above a 20?
Alright, 21.
21?
I rolled an 18 plus 3.
Hathor, you are able to take this soul crystal into your hands and, rolling it back and forth, just kind of trying to get all the details you can glean from it. You're able to feel this resonance within it. Are you still within the underground chamber?
Yeah.
You're able to feel an almost magnetic pull. It's not like trying to move itself, but it's as if the crystal itself has a want to go towards the ginormous dragon skull that is to the north wall, like at the end of all of these statues. And with the 21 above a 20, which is an excellent roll, you're able to focus in, close your eyes and tap into its... You're trying to think, what makes this crystal beautiful? What makes this unique? What's beneath its surface? A very Aphrodite thing to do. And you are able to hear loud, rushing wind. Not destructive, not like a tornado, but a constant moving of air, like a gust across flat, grassy plains.
I say all that to the group, looking at it, holding it. I think we should look into it a little bit more.
Maybe if it needed to be here for whatever it was they were going to do, then perhaps the safest thing is to take it far away.
Yeah, that was my thought, If it kind of almost wants to go to the dragon skull, so that obviously can't happen, so probably best to take it away. And
You have all been honest with me, and I believe I owe you the same courtesy. When the two of you were swept by the tornado, and I believed you both gone, I was wandering the halls of the castle and found myself at the entrance to this chamber in a fit of anger, I destroyed the entryway. And I found myself here, and I saw this stone dragon. And I noticed the similarities between the hole in its skull to the shape of the diamonds on the queen of Allatour's necklace. The, I have it written down, I know what it is. On the necklace of pillars, this looked like one of the 6 elongated diamonds on her necklace, and I don't know what moved me to keep that to myself, to not warn others to get this sealed back up, but I am the reason they were able to access this place easily than they should have. And for that, I apologize.
Thank you for telling us.
It's not like you knew they would come here.
Doesn't mean I should have kept quiet about it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. I appreciate the honesty, and going forward, we can do differently.
Yes. So we'll keep this amulet on our person for now?
I think that would be best.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't stay in this place. It shouldn't stay here, and it certainly shouldn't be undefended somewhere else.
No, of course not.
I gotta say, I know it made things a little bit easier for them, but I saw how thick that wall is. You are incredibly strong. Sorry, I just processed how strong you have to be to bust through that wall. Did you like have a pickaxe, or did you just do it with your fists? What?
I point to my sword.
Wow, that's incredible. Wow. What's it like being that strong?
Please do not applaud me for property damage.
I will always applaud property damage.
Yeah, where I come from.
If you find any more mysterious chambers with large, ominous dragons with spaces for artifacts that we've seen stolen, perhaps drop a line next time.
Of course. It's the least I could do.
But I will concur, that is terrifyingly impressive.
Yeah.
So who would like to hold on to the amulet?
I mean, sure, if I don't know. My thing was unclasped and I didn't even realize it.
Allatour, your overalls.
Indecent.
I'll never be able to marry now.
I guess I can hold on to it if no one feels too strongly.
Yeah.
It is your trophy after all.
Don't sell it.
Okay. But selling it, to be honest, would kind of be a great way to send it off who knows where no one knows what it is. I'm not going to, but in theory, could work.
How about you sell it once all of this nightmare / impending apocalypse is settled? Then you can sell it.
I'm sure there are
the
people.
Queen will... Yeah.
I'm sure people are looking for this, so perhaps should not be passed off to a civilian.
Perhaps not. I'm going to tuck it on in like a secret hidden pocket on the inside of my vest.
Yes, okay.
For
Got it.
little secret trinkets.
Hidden away on your person, you can go ahead and add Emerald Diamond to your inventory. And that is a... Make sure you know that you have that, okay?
For sure.
Excellent.
For sure. Do not lose.
Do not lose.
Yeah, well, it's like the ending of Indiana Jones one where you just sell it to like a random merchant and the queen's like, "Where's the diamond?" And you're like, "Top men are looking at it. Top men."
Top men.
We put it in a museum.
It's in
What?
the safest place it could be, on the shelf of a very old woman in a small village.
It's super safe. It is probably somewhere between my couch cushions with a dime.
Okay. Still being in this underground chamber again, like Pavel, scholars kind of moving all around you. Any investigation of the environment, or you guys want to? Because again, the herb cortege is basically at your leisure right now, so you guys can have the run of the place or any NPCs.
Can I loot the bodies?
Yeah, no problem. If you want to head over to the dungeons of herb cortege, you can definitely loot the bodies.
Can I have looted them before they got?
Oh yeah, that's also true. Yeah, we're working with you had an hour to breathe heavily and to grab that stuff. On Sherieto Pavalako's person, you're not able to find anything of note besides the emerald necklace. But on F's person, you were able to see. So her sword, it's just a typical long sword. If you want to take it, you definitely can. Immaculately maintained, and her body is still in like her. Her helm was thrown to the side during the fight. When she was splashed with holy water, but she's still in full plate armor. So anybody that wants full plate armor can take that. Again, not magical, but her shield is magical. It is astoundingly heavy to everybody but Shuri. And it will add it will act as a typical like metal shield +2 to your AC, but it allows you to cast shield as an action 3 times per day.
I gently kick her body and say, "Stop stealing my fucking shit."
The corpse rattles a bit and does not do anything after that.
I flip it off. Fuck you.
Drew, I know you said that her head and her body were placed in separate dungeons, but like, could I have done something before the bodies were carted
if
away?
you would like to act immediately, I can retcon that. I was just kind of giving some space for things like for like the scholars to come down, everything to be like well lit up. But if you wanted to act immediately, we can fully say that's how it went.
Yeah, may I?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
As we're looting the bodies, I kneel down by F's body, and I take out some hempen rope, and I would like to tie her head back to her body.
You want to tie it back to her body? Okay.
Stories you tell in the dark.
With no roll necessary, you are able to make like almost like a hempen rope, like kind of like a scarf, like something that you could like extend necks in like other cultures. You use that to essentially tie the neck stump and the head stump back together.
Mm-hmm. And I'll leave her sword on her person. I'll sort of like cross her hands over her sword.
Okay.
And I think about taking her shield. Shuri stares at it for a while. Yeah, but I think she eventually picks it up.
Shuri, you are able to pick up this shield of solid steel, pointed at the bottom, wide. It can easily cover, like if you stand with your like a side stance, it can easily cover your entire form.
Can I make a? God, I don't know what kind of check. Can I make a history check on the shield, just to kind of like see if I see any similarities to like where this has come from or anything?
Give me a history check with advantage. Yes.
Kidoki. That is a dirty 20.
The dirty 20? It's the weight, it's the construction, and although you're able to see it's of a different design, you would know that this shield is made out of the same metal as your sword. And did you say that was a 20?
Yeah, dirty 20.
You also get the sense. So another ability of this shield is the ability to do a shield bash. Where if you want to take one of your attacks, you'd be able to attack an opponent and essentially be able to do 1d6 plus your strength modifier to bash them backwards. And then also you can do for a free action an opposed athletics check if that attack hits to push them back 5 feet. So it's like a very standard like knight shield wall way of fighting. But with a 20, well, with a dirty 20, you would know that with your what is it like the flame that you use when you
Crimson Right.
Your Crimson Right, you are able to look at the lining of this shield and notice that not only would your sword ignite, but the shield would ignite as well, and be a way to like have a flaming shield and a flaming sword to, if you shield bash, to then also do that extra flame damage.
Good to know. Does the shield have a name, or is it just a standard metal shield?
And I'll say with a dirty 20, you would be able to know that F really had, like just based on the entire personality that you know about, like what you saw from F was not the kind of soldier that would name equipment. It was defined by its function. And so this shield, you would have to imagine in F's mind, is literally just called shield.
Gotcha. And I will. Did she have a sheath on her, like for her weapon?
She had a sheath to her side. Yes.
Okay, then I'll put her. I'll keep her hands crossed, but I'll put her sword in the sheath.
Okay.
So that it's on her person.
Okay, understood.
But I will take the shield.
Okay.
Are we sure we want to leave weapons on her? Because she's gonna come back if we don't do anything. I don't know if that's something you want to think about right now.
She deserves to be locked in the deepest dungeon this castle holds. Yet I don't know if death is a proper punishment.
In the sense that it's too light or too heavy?
I just don't know that's my punishment to give. I still have questions for her. I don't know where she came from or what her plans are with Winterscott Key, so I imagine she's more useful alive and locked away. The officials of Herb Corte can take her weapons, but that is not, again, that's not my job to do. It'll take her a while to regenerate, but for now, imprisonment is the only solution I can think of.
We can return whenever you're ready, if you have questions for her. The Pavels owe us a great deal.
At the very least, does she still have the sending stone on her?
You're able to find the sending stone on her, yes.
I'll make a request that the guards of Herb Corte keep this on her person. So we have ways of communicating.
That's a good idea.
But thank you.
Are you... Sorry, I think that's too invasive of a question. Never mind.
What?
Are you trying to figure out something about yourself from her? Or something about the world?
something about the world. Because if my memory serves correctly, she should have been dead. Very much so. For a long time.
Your memory of what?
Gesundheit.
Squire, we must get you. You're ill.
That was Casiano.
I feel so bad.
Recovering from vampirism gave me the sneevils.
Mama Vampire is dead.
The Sneevils. What did you say, Wax? That's
God,
sneezing.
what did I say?
Memory.
Your memory of what?
My memory of how the world worked before I arrived here.
Are you not from Allatour? Sorry if that's a stupid or obvious question.
No, I have only been with LaCroix for a certain number of years, but I am not from Allatour.
You don't have to answer this, but do you have a specific idea in mind of where she might have come from, or just theories?
I have an idea. An exact one.
Whenever, if ever, you want to share that with us, you're welcome to. But no pressure.
Thank you. When I came to Allatour, I planned for that part of me to die with me. As I imagined, you planned to keep your secret, something you took to your grave, Wax. But situations change. Maybe one day. But not right now.
Okay. Was the plan from here to go to Castle Beset, I suppose, for both Higgy reasons and unwerewolfing reasons?
It was our plan originally, and it seems there's even more of an urgency.
Is there anything we need from the Pavels or any help we'd like to request from them before we depart? And perhaps we might want to rest, actually.
We should
You need
rest.
to rest.
We should rest before we set out, but
If the past week has taught me anything, it's that I don't do well on little sleep.
perhaps it won't hurt to ask if any of the Pavels know anything of the creature we saw flying around in that vision.
Maybe if they have history books of some kind, maybe there's a map somewhere of the castle.
Yes.
That
Do a little bit of
Yes.
research, I guess.
You can
Yes.
look into monsters that make art.
Big
That-
bat monsters that wear clothes.
Picasso.
That member of the Endless Laughter, the one in the same room as the Honorable Viscount, had paint. I wonder if
Yes.
they're connected.
That makes sense. Everything seems to be these days.
I will.
I'll tell you about the bat.
My mother's a healer. I can reach out to her about possible things we can do to slow down the transformation while we...
Can you bring your mic just a little bit closer to you? You're kind of difficult to hear.
Being too quiet?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you. Here, I'll turn my sensitivity up just a little
Just
bit.
just a smidgen. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. My mother's a healer. I might be able to look into some ways in which we can slow the progression of lycanthropy down while we seek help.
That's a good idea.
And you have time. The next full moon is not for another month. And the set castle is close.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
This will be fixed.
Yes.
I've got very useful notes on the Batman, such as wings huge and wearing little glasses.
Little tiny spectacles.
Very important.
Very important. Triangular ears, if anyone was wondering.
He's
Ah,
a cave bat, yeah.
I've got in parentheses cave bat, then an arrow, hunting Higgy, exclamation point, close parentheses.
Oh.
Oh, if only we had all the details recorded and posted somewhere.
if
Check
only.
out Allatour cliffhanger.
only.
to
If
see-
only.
to know what this bat looks
only.
like. I don't know where it is. You gotta watch the whole video, but it's there.
Yeah.
So
DM, how many times could the shield cast shield?
3 times per day.
Thank you.
Sick.
Damn.
But again, it does
You're gonna
still
be
take
so
it does
shielded.
take an action to cast though. It's
Yeah.
It's a way of basically saying like, don't hit me right now, but I can't do anything else. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If you ever need to be a brick wall, it's a good way of doing it.
It's a good way of doing it.
And also, you got to one-hand weapons to use it, so you know there are trade-offs.
Yeah.
But Cherie is so strong, she basically wields a two-handed weapon like it's one. Like,
I know, but D&D doesn't account for that mechanically, so you know.
yeah.
D&D never accounted for Cherie. Never
I
accounted for
didn't
her big
hear.
lady fights.
Cherie, I didn't hear no bell.
This is
Insert last name here.
Cherie, I didn't hear no bell, no last name.
Yep.
What are you? A self-insert to Naruto?
Okay. So, everything looted there. The Emerald Diamond is on your person. Is there anything else that wishes to be discussed before you guys take a long rest? If you guys want to take a long rest now, you definitely can. Again, Herb Corte is kind of like an open playground right now. It's just whatever is motivating you. So just let me know. Floor is yours.
Before we, I don't want to, because mine is a thing that as we are leaving the underground thing, I will hang back just a little bit and let Wax and Cherie go ahead of me. I will very gently put my hand on Cherie's wrist just to pause her for a second and just be like, just when you have a moment later, I'd like to speak.
I can speak now if you wish.
I'd rather not do it in a super echoey room. I can hear all the scholars running down the stairs towards us as we talk, so.
Of course. I'll find you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I have no idea what that is, but I'm excited.
I am excited. If at all possible, anyone is welcome to come with me if they want. I would like to make a pit, see if I can track down a library of some sort and want to see if I can find any information, either in addition to the lycanthropy stuff that Hather's gonna get from her mom, and also just like anything I can find about Castle Beset, any like layout things, any secret entrances, any Beset love traps. There's so many traps.
Okay, got it.
I'll come with you.
I'll come with you.
Okay, no problem. You guys are able to find within the center. So going down levels more, you're able to find an entire floor dedicated to the Pavel Library. You're able to notice that there are sections like with older history books that are covered in just dust and like filled with like paper mites, just like books that are so incredibly old. You're able to see a very well-used section regarding fantasy and like traditional medieval stories used by Helena. You're able to notice books on like strategy, a lot of books on like agriculture and like animal medicine, like veterinarian practices. But go ahead and give me a history check and let me know specifically what you're looking for. And all three of you can do it.
I'm casting. I'm going to put my hand gently on Wax's elbow and just quietly cast Enhance Ability. And I'm gonna give you Fox's Cunning. You have advantage on intelligence checks.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Incredible.
Thank you.
I like reading. I don't like reading nonfiction, so I will leave that to you.
Absolutely
I'll give you
valid.
the bonus for it.
Much appreciated, because this is a flat roll, my guys.
Same here, but I did roll a 19.
Hey. I'm looking for, well, I guess I'll roll first and see.
DM, could I roll with advantage if I'm looking for anything about the bat creature, if they are
Yes,
Fae?
that would be Fae. That would be Fae and undead. Yes, that would apply. Okay, what'd you guys get?
Ooh.
I got a natural 20.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
there it is.
Yeah.
I'm looking for all I can get on, like, the
Teamwork.
Beset Castle physically, like, things about, like, either when it was built or about the people who built it, of just, like,
Okay.
anything about, like, the layout and that could be useful to us tactically going to fight a big bat creature and save Hather's Boo.
Perfect. Awesome. Okay. You got that. So Shree, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 21 investigation, and I'm looking for any like tomes regarding bat-like creatures of the like that we saw.
Okay. Got it. All right. And Hathor, are you rolling this history check or no?
I did. I rolled a 19.
You rolled a 19. What are you looking for?
Seeing how well and skilled they are, I'm going to pretend to look for information, but I'm going to try and see if there's any good romance books that I can
Aw.
read.
Okay. So 19. It's time to start making stuff up. All right. So, do you want me to honor the nat 20 first, or the nat 20 last?
Honor it first.
I'll do.
I know,
I'll honor
yeah.
the nat 20
Honor it
first.
first.
All right.
Yeah.
Wax perusing through, and again, this is pretty like a well-organized library, probably specifically because this is the library that was used to educate, Cassiano and, Adelia and Helena, like, kind of like as they were growing up. And so there's a lot of books about histories, like the other noble houses of Allatour. And as you're kind of combing through everything, Wax, you're able to pull out a book labeled as the Jollies Pierre history and scribes, essentially. And as you open it up, a piece of paper falls out of it. And as you pick up this piece of paper, you're able to unfurl it, and it's a perfect rendition, like a handmade coal charcoal, like a charcoal sketch, basically, of the intricate tunnel systems leading into Jollies Pierre.
Let's go.
So the maze-like caverns of Jollies Pierre can be navigated using that map to avoid, like, because you're able to notice that, so Jollies Pierre, I'm not going to give a whole description of it now, but it's so the mountain range at the center of Allatour, because Jollies Pierre is right at the center of Allatour, it is essentially as if a mountain was built to connect the two ranges that form the valley to either side. So it's like, so it's almost like one continuous stone structure that you have to walk into, walk up, and then kind of like explore outward, like an elaborate tunnel system. And so there were a lot, so like on this map, there were a lot of tunnels that look like main passages that just loop up and around to other like non-necessary ones that really wouldn't allow for efficiency getting through the castle. Like where Herb Corte was constructed to be confusing, it almost seems like Jollies Pierre is intentionally confusing and was like, just like nature made a cave system that would not have bended to the whims of people. Know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
But with a nat 20, as you look deeper into it, you're able to notice that, again, with Jolly Pierre, there are main entrances, essentially like stairways and like elevator systems to bring you up to the main connective bridge between the sides, like the valley. And you're able to notice that there's one tunnel system to the west that doesn't at any point reconnect to the main entrances that would be like directly to the center of Allatour, like the castle itself. And with a nat fucking 20 investigating the architecture of the place, you're able to notice that this passageway seems man-made, because this passageway is almost completely straight, heading west. Investigating further into the books regarding the overall architecture of Jolly Pierre, you are able to find a connection to Des Roches, which is the village directly to the west of Jolly Pierre. It's right across, if you're heading up the Path of the Chicken and through Col de Vertebral, it is right across the Soul Crusher Valley. I'll pull up a map. You do not need to remember all of this. It'll be more obvious when I show it to you guys. But you're able to notice that in researching this history, that Des Roches seemed to be a town specifically devoted to the creation of magical weapons and magical armor. Now, Des Roches has not been re-inhabited. It was destroyed a couple decades ago, like probably 50, 60 years, and the magical potency of that town was so strong that people weren't able to rehabilitate it, like rebuild it, but there really is no detail as to why. But what you're able to see is that in order to avoid like bandit clans being like just kind of camping out on the roads, like waiting to ambush this, like from the Soul Crusher Valley to take these magical weapons and become more powerful, the Bassettes specifically built a tunnel through the mountain that's a direct access point into the central chambers of Jolly Pierre. So if you guys want to skip all of the bullshit of Jolly Pierre and cut right to the heart of the animal, if you can get to Des Roches and get into that tunnel, like basically get through this like highly, like maybe not dangerous, but it's like kind of like weird village, it would be a several day journey through a completely underground chasm, but you'd be able to cut directly into the main heart of the castle.
Ooh. Love an underground journey through a dark chasm.
Let's
Secret
do it.
tunnel.
Secret, it is literally a secret tunnel, yes.
I absolutely bring this to everyone else and show them the map, and I'm like, there's a secret tunnel exactly where we want to go.
And I'll say with the nat 20, the one more thing that I will say is you have to wonder if this is a unique occurrence or if there are more cut-throughs scattered throughout this world that you guys just haven't discovered yet. Like, are these mountains really natural walls, or have these noble families played around with them and made like secret access points for exquisite love affairs or travels to the coast or things like that? So whatever it happens to be, maybe you guys will find more later, but that's the first one you're able to pinpoint exactly. All right?
Nice. All right.
Okay, perfect. So we got that. Next, we have Cherie. Cherie looking into the bat itself, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a 19 on the die?
21.
21, so sorry. With a 21... I'm going to ask you for a little bit more specificity. Are you looking for biology, weaknesses, powers? Like, what are you trying to find here?
I am looking through my notes to what we learned about. I think because I'm looking for like a rudimentary knowledge of fey creatures, if this is something that's been seen before, if there's any been other recordings of this creature, maybe like the fey connection to paint, because this is the second time we've seen something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and weaknesses, how to kill it,
I actually need to hop into a previous Google Doc that I made because I want to give you a specific bit of information
Okay.
that is related directly to what you're asking about, okay?
Okay.
So give me 1 second here to pull this up.
Take your
And I'll
time.
be able to...
We gotta go through the secret tunnel, I feel like. We gotta go through the secret tunnel.
It would be this one.
Gotta sing the song.
Yeah.
There's so many days.
So we can take the path of the chicken through the Soul Crusher Valley to De Roche.
Yep, you can stop
Sounds
at
like a
Col de
delightful
Vertebral for
Yeah.
a little pit stop, and then you can head west to De Roche, and then through the tunnels to Jolie Pierre.
Col de Vertebral kind of looks like a circus. Is that intentional?
Not relevant to what we're talking about now.
I'm just looking at the map that you made so well.
So
Hmm.
you start looking for, because it's 21, you start looking through, looking for any connections to paint or this fey creature, like any kind of monster specifically. And oddly enough, Cherie, with your experience with the LaCroix and with these noble houses and kind of like how the culture of Allatour works, like how non-magical it is, your brain immediately goes with the 21. You go, I'm not going to find anything in history books. I am going to find information in storybooks, though. And so you begin to wander over towards Helena because it's pretty common knowledge at this point that the Fey history of this place, whatever it has been largely eliminated from like common knowledge or history, but the myths of it have been translated into stories, like very traditional, like, you know, dragons and knights and glimps and flingwars or whatever they're called, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, be on the lookout. They're coming.
Yes.
So you begin looking through Helena's like well-worn books, like read like 5 times each. You cannot get enough of them.
Warrior cats.
And you find one that is specifically related to a knight trying to save a noble princess from the clutches of an evil wizard. And you pull it out again, large, like very almost like traditional, like biblical-esque, like art and interpretations of a knight like stepping through a window and like stepping into like this like grass meadowland all around him, and he's fighting creatures that would have no business being together, like an ice golem combined with like a fire steed, and he's like fighting both of them off. And you're able to get to the end, and the end of the story, this wizard is like, you know, humanoid, as you know, Allatour is mainly a humanoid nation. But you're able to get to the end of it, and you're like, how did this knight overcome this beast in the story? And you're able to read the final passage of this storybook. Would you like me to read it, or would you like to read it out loud?
You read it.
You are able to see this like artistic rendition of this knight fighting this wizard, and it looks like he's able to... because I'm just going through the text as well that I wrote. He's able to... The wizard seems to have summoned a dragon to fight the knight. Very classic ending to the story. And the knight, the dragon has, ironically, a very like large cartoonish like butt, like a very like rounded butt, basically. Mm-hmm. And the knight seems strong. He's almost like bursting out of his armor with his strength. And he has a cheering crowd all around him, kind of clapping and encouraging him as he's rushing up to the dragon to strike the final blow. And the text says, and I'll send this over as well, "But then the brave knight realized that this was a world of his making, and he dreamed of things that made him feel safe. He dreamed of the writings from those he loved. He dreamed of the foods from his home to give him strength. And he dreamed that the nasty dragon had a rump as plump and fat and easy to kick as one could imagine." And it's like a very happy, kind of like kiddish end to the story. But extrapolating from that, Cherie, you're like, oh, like fey magic, it's gonna be very abstract. I'm not gonna get more specific, but clearly imagination will probably play a role in this like villain, like, because, you know, the idea of like, oh, like paintings and crafting realities and like this knight going through like these like windows into other worlds. Imagination, or perhaps just knowledge, will play a role in the coming adventures. Make sense? Any questions?
Do I get the sense that maybe someone imagined this bat and then it came to... Oh! Or maybe... Because Basette's a wizard, right?
Yes.
Maybe he summoned this, but it went wrong, because like... Were there like extrapolations on the summoning that he didn't get right, and then
Well, that's getting to specificity that I can't answer.
Yeah. No,
But
I know.
yeah, but definitely good to be like, especially now, because like if you guys want to just take storybooks and just start reading them and be like, what the fuck are in these storybooks?
Yeah. Well, this is Helena's secret or treasured trove, so I will carefully put this back. I don't want to take from her.
And we're gonna wait for Moss to return. We all having a good time so far? We all vibing?
Yeah.
We got to come up with sexy romance titles.
Yes.
Oh, he's back.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm making a taco right now. I'm done by now.
got it.
All good.
Actually, because I had something to spitball about in the
Okay.
meantime.
What's up?
With the
all
stuff
good,
with the
Moss. You take your
set.
time. You're all good.
You all good? Because with imagination and knowledge playing a role and whatnot, the other thing on my mind is the weird. What was it? Beset was like having visions or something.
Yeah.
About like
prophecies, right?
Yeah, and that people thought that he was like going senile because he was like thinking all of these things that were ancient history were present, but they were visions of all of these things that have been.
He's out of
pulled from
time. He's out of time, right? I think someone said.
I'm wondering if that has something to do with like this bat creature and the weird knowledge, imagination stuff. And I'm trying to. I've got the pins. I'm trying to make the string make sense.
No, yes. Oh, well, because this whole thing is like all these creatures have been like awoken and they're from like 150 years in the past.
Try like 600 to 800
okay,
years.
sorry.
Excuse
Excuse me.
Creatures.
Excuse me.
That's a long
talking
time
about
ago.
youngins.
But the only and I'll just admit this is common. This would be easy to understand. 150 years is a long time. 150 years, because again, you guys are seeing no legitimate historical texts regarding anything from like Sharietto's time, where clearly, like, again, in the chamber, you were able to see like a minotaur, a henfolk, a cowfolk, like all of these animal races that had lineages of ownership over Herb Corte before Sharietto. And besides those statues, you've seen no legitimate texts about any of that history. If it was 150 years ago, there are some races in D&D that would just live that long to basically be able to remember that.
Because Beset is old, right?
Beset's old as fuck. Yeah, he's like 95 for a human.
Yeah.
He's like on death's door, basically. Like when Blurso met him. But like 150 years is not long enough for all of that history to be foregone. But 800 years definitely is. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so maybe, because it looked like they were in like a basement or something, right, when we saw them, so maybe like it lived there at one point all those years ago, and then
maybe
got brought back after the Harvest Festival.
The same way. Oh, because maybe if maybe with Charietto trying to take back over Pavel Castle, maybe in ancient times there were these like noble houses of animal folk, and they're all back and trying to take back their like respective castles.
Yeah.
I had another thought about this like bat creature, which a game theory, which could just be bullshit. I'm just going off of vibes and go with the flow. But he had a little easel and little glasses and a little smock. Maybe he's nice, and maybe people are imagining him as like evil, crazy, scary bat, and it's making him into an evil, crazy, scary bat.
Oh no.
I will also say, if you guys would like to give me a nature check regarding the idea that Darby just spitballed, I can give a little bit more information.
Ooh, you
We
say
roll it
nature?
with advantage.
Right. Oh, thank you, Heather.
Is it Fae Fiend Undead?
It would be, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. 7.
Also, Moss, if you just want to eat your taco for a bit, we can just keep vibing.
17.
17?
16.
16. I think, like, as you guys are spitballing that, you guys realize that it was the idea of, like, these, like, noble animal houses, and, like, kind of, like, the resurgence of that. But you guys mentioned that, and you guys remember that it was Sharietto and this wolf. And wolves are known to hunt packs of animals like chickens, like pigs, like cows. And you guys now have this bat creature in Jolly Pierre, a cave system castle, a castle that's built into mountains. And you guys are able to put it together. Perhaps you can extrapolate the kind of animal you'd be fighting based upon the agriculture of the castles themselves, as if the castles themselves were made to reflect those that ruled them 800 years ago.
Right, because in the basement there was a chicken statue, a sheep statue, pig, and a cow statue, and a bull for all the different paths. So
let me see. I gotta get the map going.
Yeah.
Okay, you're lagging out.
I know.
Oh,
My back?
sorry.
I think
How
you're
about
very
now?
nearly back.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're
How
back.
about now?
I think so.
Jesus.
There's like the forest.
Mm-hmm.
There's watermelons.
I think the LaCroix are gonna be mermaids. I think.
Oh, but
that's
maybe
what-
like fish folk.
So what I will say is think more animals than people, because
Right,
that's what I'll say. Think more animals than
Are
people.
there gonna be
basically.
like mountain goats?
Oh, I was also thinking mountain goats.
Where?
Like in the mountains, like on the way to Jolly Pierre, or like near Desroches.
I'm not sure
Maybe-
where you're getting that, but okay.
They're mountains.
Yes.
Drew.
No, yeah, but you guys also get the sense that and of course there could be other scattered fey creatures.
Right.
The castles themselves and their topography are related to the vampiric villains that you will be fighting.
Got it. Is it? Is there gonna be like a were frog or a vampire frog in Odus?
a dire frog.
Yes.
Dire frog.
Keep feeding the ideas.
Now that we've laid out the map of Allatour on the table here,
Yes.
the necklace. What is the necklace called by?
The
The
Hold on.
necklace of pillars?
The pillars, yes.
yes, necklace of the pillars.
What's this place that says Pointed Pillar on it? What's that castle? Does anybody know about that shit? Nobody's been talking about this part.
About what?
You see, it's in the desert. I think it's right by
Mm,
Great
desert.
Wound
Yep,
Pass.
it's the lower right section.
Point de Pilier.
I don't know if it's.
Well, because there were. Why do I keep flipping back?
Maybe this one's camels.
Maybe.
Big scary camel.
Because there's 6 diamonds on the necklace, so if we're going by castles, like Castle Entrée, Jolly Pierre, Herb Corte, Odus, Champ d'Or, and then Point de Pilier.
Yep, Point de Pilar.
Okay, Point de Pilar. Okay. Got it. So there's so 1 diamond for every castle region of Allatour.
And Winter Scott Key is coordinating with whoever these people are because
Yes.
he got the diamond to Charietto somehow.
Yes, do we know?
Because he took them, right?
He jumped through a portal.
He
Right.
And then a couple days, and then weeks passed, and then there were reports of a red dragon flying around the eastern section of Allatour. But you have
castle
no
with no
information as to anything specific between those gaps.
Because we know that F was working for Winter Scott Key, but did Charietto ever mention Winter Scott Key?
He did not. No.
No. Okay. So, but maybe F got it from Winter Scott Key, and then when she hooked up with Charietto.
Maybe he's got vampire cronies.
Oh,
Well,
definitely.
Let's split our enemy up into 2 groups. The ones who were awoken by Winter Scott Key, and the ones who like Winter Scott Key are like F, I'm assuming, have been alive this whole time?
It's possible.
Maybe. Because F was old. She was older than me. She was older, yeah.
She's been at the beach that makes you old this whole time.
This whole time. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were only 6 diamonds in the necklace of the pillars, not 7.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. So there's one for each named castle, or perhaps there's one for each named castle, with the castle with no name and Point de Pilar not having a diamond associated with them within the knowledge that you guys know right now.
Oh.
But there are 6 on the necklace?
There were 6 on the necklace that you can remember. There are 6 diamonds on the necklace. Yes.
Okay, but one of them isn't for the castle with no name or Point de Pilar?
You could extrapolate, probably not.
Okay.
But details like that may shift, like when you focus in on them. Again, there's a lot of history that I can't go into because it wouldn't be relevant, and also because you don't know it. So.
Gotcha. Can we do some research?
If you would
We're in
like,
the library.
so
We're in the
castle with no
library.
name, you can't find diddly dick or shit. If you would like to do an investigation check, or if you want to do an investigation or a history check on Point de Pilar, I will allow you to do so.
I'll do that. Fey Fiend Undead?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'll give you the help action though.
Okay, slay.
I dropped a die into the void.
Into the void.
Into the
Ooh.
void. My tangle!
You're what?
Sorry, I found a fidget that I lost.
Hell yeah.
It's like Christmas.
It's like Christmas. Didn't find the die though. Down here somewhere.
It's in the void now.
I got her.
We're good.
It's a 24 investigation.
A 24 investigation. Okay. Anybody else get anything higher than a 24?
Wax gave me the help action.
Oh, help action.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
it.
And
Not
it's physically impossible for me to do better than that.
Yeah, same. I don't know why I rolled.
You are able to crack open a couple books, like regarding, again, just the noble houses of Allatour, and you're not able to see any recognized nobles or noble families from Point de Pilar. Investigating further into what is basically, it's like educational textbooks, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to look into Point de Pilar and find information suggesting that the king and that the Untrays and the overall like hereditary monarchy of Allatour does not interact with Point de Pilar. They do not send out any information to them. They do not send out troops to support. Point de Pilar almost acts completely independently. Now, Point de Pilar does supply essentially like taxes of gems and taxes of like intricately woven and crafted rugs and curtains and silken clothing and some like pretty elaborate just kind of like finery that couldn't be produced elsewhere just due to the resources they have. But Point de Pilar, not much is known about it, at least not within the textbooks that you're reading about, and it's more of a relationship of they're going to keep giving us stuff and we're not going to mess with them, and that's about all you can find.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And they don't have a diamond on the necklace of the pillars?
I will say with your research, you're able to find that within the Queen's necklace of the pillars, you are unable to find one that would correlate to Point de Pilar.
Got it.
Did they make the necklace? Because you
Did they? Because they provide taxes of gems. Did they make the necklace?
Couldn't say.
I think you could, but you don't want to.
You already know that I could.
Okay.
And also, let's put this in perspective. Let's put this in perspective here. Like Point de Pilar is essentially to you guys on the like it's only what like 600 miles away. Sorry, it's only like maybe like 300 miles away from you. You guys did teleport literally across the entire country, so there are probably ways of getting there a bit faster than just walking and finding out what happens. But yeah, again, the world's your oyster, so.
Hawk. so
Why the park so far away?
They validate your parking.
They just let you park anywhere.
And that is what you're able to find on Point de Pilar.
Okay, I relay that to the group. But it seems that we should set our sights to Jolly Pierre, or at least to this De Roche, and cut through their tunnel system.
Yeah. And if this is where they were making all sorts of magical weapons and whatnot, maybe we can find something useful.
You're muted.
Father?
What?
I think Jolly Pierre translates to like pretty dad.
There is no fucking way
Pierre.
that is true.
I'm thinking
Hold
of
on.
pear. I'm thinking of the word pear, which is father.
Pretty Pierre.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's Pierre? Why is he so pretty?
Jolie Pierre directly translates to pretty stone.
Pretty stone of the
I was thinking of
caves.
P-E-R-E, which is
Hmm.
father. in
Okay, yeah.
French.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like, the Google English to French translator failed me.
Exclamation
Pretty
point.
daddy, pretty fat daddy. I'm just a sexy widow.
I'm just a sexy little dog.
Pretty zaddy.
Okay.
Daddy, chill.
I've been
Daddy.
watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of Monster Factory, so my brain is just Daddy like a pretty baby.
can
Like a
fix the
pretty
baby. Is there any other research you guys want to do before we take a quick break?
Romance novels.
Romance novels.
Hathor is desperately trying to take her mind off of everything, so.
Aww.
Okay. Awesome. You, the 19. I think you got it's high enough. I'll let you find a smut novel. It's fine.
Ah, I need a distraction.
You are able to, now this one has been tucked away on a shelf far away from any ladders to avoid Helena peeping at them while she's too young, but you're able to use your broom and just float up to the top shelves where you're able to find the good stuff.
The good stuff.
Pulling off pulling a novel off of the top shelf. I'm gonna go back to the map actually. Give me 1 second here.
Is Travel due the 6 diamond? Sorry, I was just looking through the map and I realized I hadn't mentioned that.
So there is a diamond for Castle Entree, Travel du, Eau Douce, Jolie Pierre, Herbe Corte, and Champ d'Or.
Got it. Okay.
It's all the main
Thank you.
noble houses, basically.
Yeah. I'd totally forgotten.
It's okay.
Travel
I forgot
du.
Herbe Corte was on the map, which is odd because you guys are
Because
literally.
we're here.
That's where we are.
Where
Who's covered up by the
we?
"You Are Here" sticker?
You get yourself a magnet.
Yeah.
And you are able to pull off a steamy romance novel that is regarding the northwestern quadrant. Like basically, like the back of the book essentially reads, "In the northwestern shoulder of Allatour, lovers, star-crossed, are able to find themselves waist deep in the waters of passion. Watch as this incredible horse breeder is able to find the woman of the lake, the lady of the basin, and is able to show her exactly what worked man's hands can do as he steals her away from all of the nobles within the floating castle away from her."
Ooh.
Give me give me a quick history check on this, Hathor. Beat a 10.
Perfect. I flipped my coin.
Very important.
Oh man. History?
Yes.
4.
No problem. It is this.
Can
is
I give Heather the help action?
Yeah, go right ahead. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you reading? Just
What
go.
you reading?
What is that? What'd you find?
It's a sex book. Yeah. Here's
Oh,
the
great.
plot. Fuck. 5.
Oh.
Wax, as you're kind of reading the back, and you can kind of like feel your cheeks get a little bit rosy. Go ahead and give me a history check.
Advantage.
That's not how this works, but it's
No,
okay.
he has
it's fine.
enhanceability.
I
Enhanceability.
had enhanceability. I
Oh.
also got a 7.
With
I rolled a 7 and a 5. Yeah. That's a flat roll, baby.
As you're reading the inside of this book, your hands are shaking. It is literally too hot to extrapolate details from. A vivid picture. It honestly feels magical as the details are too crisp in your mind.
Sorry, Hathor. Everything everything else
Lady
about
of
this
the
book
Lake
is too
sounds-
distracting.
Lady of the Lake sounds interesting with what we were talking about, like Allatour and like, you know, we know the LaCroix's castle is in water, so maybe, you know.
Yes, Hathor, you saying that, you're able to find what I was trying to give to you before. This is actually
I got it!
This is referring to Udus. This is referring directly to the LaCroix castle. The northwestern shoulder of Allatour, the Basin de LaCroix. It all connects to, like, it seems that like most of the like larger stories here, even the romantic ones, are being pulled from like these like very like mythical, very like hot and steamy kind of things.
Amazing.
Excellent.
You should
Keep
keep
that.
that one.
We
You
will
should
get
bring
to
that
that
one.
later.
I put it in my
Bring
bag.
it.
I do the thing where like I read the first chapter real quick while they're doing all the important stuff, and then I skip to like page 100. I go, okay, this is promising.
Yep, exactly.
Take that one for the road.
Yeah.
You're able to read like it's like POV chapters. Like the first chapter is like from the Lady of the Lake's perspective, and it's like, I stand here upon these sandy shores, with fresh water coming from Honey River to feed my lust of love. And there I see him, riding by, training the stallions atop those that are ebony, and those that are perfect chocolate, and those that are velvet red. And then you skip like page 100, and it's like, he pulled me up onto the horse. We were both fully naked, and you like close the book.
Like,
I pull it in. You guys know that song? Where it's a country singer, but he's talking about gay sex.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
He was on
It's just I'm bouncing on his booty cheeks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent.
If you're like, honestly, thank you guys. And maybe we have not yet, but pivoting away from that, there is a real reality where you go, "What's in chapter 2, Drew?" And we do this for 15 minutes. We have to make a whole smut novel off the top of the dome.
Oh man, oh man.
And we're not doing that.
Do you want
to? No, I'm saying that like in a way where I'm
I'll
not
check back in on the book later.
No, that was me saying like that was me saying what's not that I want to or don't want to, but I'm like, oh, it's gonna get hard real quick.
If you keep bringing it up, we're gonna want to do it even more.
Okay, well
We're
we'll do
getting
one
close to
chapter
the consent
per.
sheet limits, guys.
Yeah, we'll do. If you guys are traveling and want to crack open a chapter, I'll do more. But
Hell yeah.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
but with all of that research done, I believe that is everything that you guys wanted to cover in terms of research, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Then with that, why don't we take a very quick break and then come back to it, and we can find out where you guys are going to go next. Sound good?
Yes, indeed.
All right, excellent. If anybody's still here, thank you for coming to the table. We'll be back in a little bit. Peace out.
Ooh.
Buy me hot dog, man.
Okay, we are back.
Dad is not a phone.
Duh. Yeah, we're just going over shitty D&D rules after we all just kind of stretch and hang out a little bit. Okay, so research has concluded in the Pavel Library. And you guys are able, again, long rest, spell slots, who cares? You guys are going to get it all back at the end of this session anyway. Or at least when you leave Urquhart. Again, it's going to be a several-day journey to get to Col de Vertebral, and then it's going to take probably about a week to get across Soul Crusher Valley because of how uneven the terrain is. We'll get into that in a little bit. Okay, so the Pavel Castle. All of the Pavel NPCs will give you a wonderful farewell when you guys are going out the door, giving you a final thank you for saving their home and for being such an incredible presence and for all of the help. But if there is anything else you guys want to cover, let me know. And also, Shuri and Hathor gotta have a little hoedown.
Do the hoedown.
Hoedown.
Hold Down by Miley Cyrus starts playing in the background.
Whoa, whoa. I used to know the whole dance, but I can't. Put your
Just
hock in the
pop
sky.
it, lock it, polka dot it, country five and hip hop it.
Put your hock in the sky, side to side. Jump to the left.
Kick
Dig
it,
it,
slide.
slide.
Zigzag. Anyway.
Try the flow.
Shuffling diagonal.
I just spoke your spy activation code.
Yes, yes.
That's happening.
I love that. I love that movie.
Hmm.
Anyway.
What are we doing? What are we
We're
doing?
adults. We're adults.
Something about saving big money at Menards? All right.
Yes. Before we go to bed, I would like to find Hawthorne.
Okay, got it. No problem.
Oh. Find her in her chambers.
She
Wherever she is.
She's not in bed. She is by the fire reading her book. She puts a bookmark. She also like grabbed another one to like read as well. She got like 3. It was like. Don't worry, Drew. We can have it so she only takes 1.
No, she has 3. We'll get to it eventually. But we have more
Something for the road.
I can't wait for the eventual fan edits. That's just this story.
Yep.
The Horseman and the Lady of the Lake.
Horseman. Yes. She sees you close it. Yeah. I asked to talk with you.
You did.
Yes. Have a seat. Come sit down.
I will sit.
We're just crisscross applesauce in front of the fire.
I'm sitting straight back in front of the fire.
Look comfortable at all.
This is how I sit.
I'm not laughing at you, Cherie.
No,
it's just.
I'm aware that the things I do are uncommon.
I first wanted to check in with you about everything. It's very, very important to me that I respect people's, especially their bodily autonomy. And it just seems to me lately like you don't like being healed. And oh no.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Moss, can you get your mic a little bit closer to you? I think again you're really quiet on my end.
Okay, there we go.
Perfect.
I'm just so scared.
She's back.
You're back. You're back.
Yeah.
To be
We can
fair-
get. Okay, got it. Okay.
Silver lining. You had a really good freeze pose.
Yes.
It looked
I
great.
thought you were just being pensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. As soon as I realized I was frozen, I went.
It's really important to me that I respect other people's bodily autonomy, and it just has seemed to me lately like you don't like it when I heal you. And it's important to me that those boundaries are respected. Of course, I'm not gonna let you die, or it will be very hard for me not to help in ways that I am comfortable with and I am proficient in. But I also want to make sure that you feel seen.
It's come across that way, then I apologize. I want you to know I deeply appreciate the healing that you have and that you do for all of us. It's made quite a bit of a difference in the time we've been traveling together. After our travels to Orb Corte, I've seen the value in resource allocation, and while the help is appreciated, I'd rather you expend that resource for something that you would like to do. If you would rather heal yourself or wax or use it for something else that could aid us in travels or fights to come.
I want to use it to help you. That's what I want to do with it.
I know, and it helps in so many ways, as does the rest of your magic. That which is not healing.
Do you think you're not worthy of it?
It's not that. It's that I don't want you to feel like you are confined to what you can do for others. I know that is the reason you are here, why you're on this mission, but I want you to have full access to your resources.
It's a hard balance to have. I love helping people. I have grown up helping people. It is a blessing to be able to heal pain when you see it. A blessing to bring joy, to bring pleasure, to bring safety to others. There is also a part of me that is terrified that that is all I will become. If that makes sense.
I understand, but if I am the first to tell you, let me be the first to tell you that that is not true.
I know I am more, but as much fun as they are, the one night stands I have in villages, they fairly so, only see me as a passing ship. If I could get a little bit childish here, I am worried that I don't know how wow, you're really good at this. I don't know how we got talking about me. Jesus, wow. Clumpin', wow. Sorry,
Don't apologize.
I am terrified that those who can love me as more than just a vessel for Aphrodite are those who can never stick around. But back to what we were
No. I understand what you're saying, but let me shine a light on the fact that Wax and myself have stuck around. Perhaps that is not the type of love you mean, but it's there.
I don't. This got really off topic.
Quite the contrary.
I wanted to. I'm sure we both find meaning in helping people.
Yes.
For me, some days it feels like it's the only anchor to reality when everything else feels so wildly out of control that for the most part it feels like all I can do is hold on, grit my teeth and bear it, and being able to have control over anything is better than nothing.
I can understand that.
I value my freedom a great deal, and I value choice and independence immensely. And I don't know what awaits us, and the thought that somebody as important to me as Higgy is in danger, it is hard to sit still. But I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I just wanted to make sure, because it feels to me, and you can correct me if this is not accurate, but it feels to me like you don't think you're worthy of being a person, if that makes sense. Like, it's safer for you to be a knight in shining armor than to be Cherie. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I am usually way better at this.
The knight in shining armor and Cherie are the same person. It is not that I don't feel worthy of being a person. If anything, I'm very lucky to be a person. And I don't want to squander that. So the more I protect and in doing so help others, the more I feel like a person.
That makes sense.
This Higgy, he's important to you.
Dearly. He will be one of the great loves of my life. It has been occurring to me for some time, though, that it is probably going to be past tense, probably quite soon.
Why do you say that?
Our paths are so divergent. He has dreams and duties and responsibilities beyond me, beyond himself. And I am terrified of losing my freedom.
But you're also terrified of losing him.
perhaps the most terrible part is that I am more afraid of the future I will sacrifice of losing that than settling down with him.
I understand.
And god damn it, he can't die before I tell him this, because that would suck.
Does he feel the same way?
We've had many conversations about it. We met in the arbor. Some of the best months of my life so far. But we've talked about it a lot, and we both came to the agreement that we would not hold the other back from what they must do and what they wish to do.
Sounds like he cares for you a great deal.
I have been very lucky in attracting people, finding people who are radiant.
But you mentioned not wanting to be seen as a passing flame. You mentioned wanting someone to stay.
It's childish because it's selfish. And selfish and childish don't necessarily mean bad, but it is selfish. Because Higgy can't stay. And I don't know what I want to become yet. But I want to find a life where I am free. And some people, a family, can be free with me. I want somebody to choose me.
We could. I could stay.
You choose to? Well, let's see where this goes.
Indeed.
Okay, great. I've gotten you on board. Now I just gotta work on Wax to get him on board too.
I don't think that will take much convincing.
I know, I'm very persuasive.
You're very radiant.
Thank you.
I can't speak for them, but if you want people to be free with you, we could be that.
How amazing would that be? Go anywhere, see anything, help anyone.
I'd say it's attainable.
It's a start.
Yes.
First we gotta save this. First we gotta save this whole continent, so oof.
We've done well so far.
Yeah. 1-0 us versus those
Yes.
fucks. So
Yes, that seems about right.
I guess 1-1
That doesn't count.
doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
It was just the beginning. We didn't know we were competing.
Exactly.
It's not fair.
Precisely.
I don't. This is not a command, nor is it a need. It was really nice to wake up next to somebody who you didn't immediately have to jump on a broom and fly out the window. It just felt nice to be in the presence of somebody who, like, mutual protection / it was just nice. And if you get tired of sleeping on the floor of your room, you are always welcome. Yeah.
I would be happy to.
Okay. Great. Cool. I have done far more emotional talking than I ever expected to do. It's honestly impressive.
Well, I can't take all the credit.
Usually I'm the one helping other people open up. So this is a feeling I need to get used to. Haha. But yes. I'm very tired. I'm sure you're very tired.
Not so much as last time, but sleep will be nice.
Okay. Oh, and I radiate a lot of body heat, so if you get hot, you can always open a window too, if you need.
I don't mind the warmth.
Okay.
Shall I meet you in your chambers, or shall we convene in mine?
What? Well, we are in my room right now, so I don't
Yes.
know if... Yeah. Sure.
Since we're here, I can stay here. I have nothing to attend to.
Okay. Alrighty. Yay. It's like a sleepover. Okay.
A what?
Ooh. How do I...
Well, I can infer from the words I am sleeping over at...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a basic. Yeah.
All right, that...
Sorry, I was thinking about all the cultural differences of what it could mean, and that's a conversation for later.
I look forward to hearing about it.
And you guys... I haven't talked in so long, my voice is going. But if there's more to be said, I never want to cut people off. But if that is an appropriate ending point, then you two are able to rest together once again.
You guys, that was so good.
So good. I have thoughts that I want to say at the end of all of this, but we gotta keep on trucking. Okay. During all of that, Wax, what do you find yourself doing?
Wax is if you will allow me I kind of want to see if I can find Marguerite.
Marguerite, okay. I was going to bring some favels in, so I'm glad you're taking the initiative there. You are able to find Marguerite. Give me one quick... okay. You are able to like ask around just like the general like servants and guards, and everybody referring to you as a different W name. They are able to
Wilhelm.
Windhelm. They're able to
Of the
Wilhelm.
scream!
Of the scream, Wilhelm.
the Windhelm scream. You are able
Will.
to
Will.
Wind.
Oh my God.
Windhill.
Check the chat.
Windhelm. God.
No. L.
Fuck.
Will.
Wilhelm.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
Wax. You were able to find that Marguerite is within the main bedroom of Alwyn and Marguerite, like their main chambers, where you actually started this campaign, where you had that conversation with Alwyn before you headed out along. Actually, no, that was over to the west. Whatever. Before you headed over to the Harvest Day Festival, it's very similar. Whatever. You were able to find. Again, canopied bed, a big desk. Again, like all of these like artifacts, some encased like within glass casings, like others just more like decorative pieces like swords and shields and other like, you know, branding equipment, like farming equipment, things like that. And you're able to notice that Clyde and some of the other doctors that were within the medical center the previous day, they are within her private chambers, and she is in the bed with like a blanket like up covering her waist, and she is shirtless, but she has bandages covering her entire chest down to her stomach, as you're able to like just a little bit of bleed through from the wound, but nothing like life-threatening. Make sense?
Yes. I sort of knock on the door and kind of poke my head in. Marquess, Pavel, could I just ask for a moment of your time?
The doctors are currently like kind of poking and prodding her with like different like metal like just tools, trying to like investigate her wound, just like to make sure that everything's okay. And you see she's able to go, shoo, get out of here now, go poke and prod somebody else. And she looks over to you and goes, the perfect excuse for conversation that is not about me being slashed across the chest. Come, get in here. And she gestures you in.
Yes. How are you? I know you said that you didn't want more conversation about being slashed, but how are you feeling?
The doctors disperse. Clyde says, I will be just waiting outside in case you are in need of anything. And the doctors step out and they close the chamber door behind them. And Marguerite, laying in bed, goes, Oh, I'm fine. Just, healing up well.
Of course. You know now who I am, right?
In an abstract sense, yes. And I will admit my fury upon hearing the plot of my husband and eldest daughter. And although there is some frustration towards you because we had a very emotional several-hour-long conversation, you also saved my family's lives half a dozen times over, so it's a complicated emotional state.
That is absolutely fair. Mostly I wanted to apologize, and offer not an excuse, but an explanation of sorts. When I spoke to you that day, I had no idea that you hadn't known about the plot, as it were. And once we started talking, I kind of panicked, and I didn't know how to tell you that he had been taken and that I wasn't him, and just I know that it was something of a vulnerable conversation, and I probably led you to believe things about him that aren't quite true, but and for that I'm sorry.
She hears you, and Wax, quick question. Is this a genuine apology?
This is genuine. This is Wax very rarely feels badly for the mean little things that he does to people. And this was for once that it wasn't a game of like playing with her emotions and seeing what he could do. It was a place of genuinely panicking and not knowing what to do and not wanting to upset her, and then not knowing what to do with the kind of genuine misplaced affection that he was receiving from her.
Okay. Marguerite's able to look at you, and she nods her head, and she says, "Now alrighty there." And she kind of like sits up a little more. She kind of like swings her legs off of the bed to like sit up to like, she can't stand yet, but she looks at you like in the most, respect, like, equal footing ways possible. And she says, "Now I will say that I prefer working harder than some of my other noble counterparts, and certainly some values that need to be instilled into Cassiano, certainly. But what I will say is that I can hear it in your voice that you mean what you're saying. The people that I work with, they don't really have all the flowery demeanor. It really is a speak from your heart, speak it true, and speak it quick kind of way. And I'm hearing you well. And I will be honest with you that I've never met," and she like looks you up and down and goes, "someone such as yourself before. But the stories that I was told as a child about them all being mischievous little troublemakers and kind of like sneaking in and stealing kisses here and there and like stealing like clothes and things like that, and then like they're running around and like making false deals with bankers and stealing horses. I don't think that you don't fit that description overall. You don't seem like the kind of person that would knock out a groom and kind of like, get married to like level up in like the noble structure. You seem like you were just a person that went above and beyond. And maybe it was all about money to begin with, but looking at you now, you didn't have to save our home. Alwyn came in here for a short time before I blew a fuse at him, but you got your money. And you didn't owe us anything after that. And so, while I appreciate your apology and I hope you wouldn't do it to anybody else, I can see that it wasn't you just trying to twist a knife.
I appreciate you saying all that. I won't lie to you and say I haven't pulled my fair share of tricks. Rarely anything so permanent as a marriage. That sounds like a lot of work, but I don't know. There was maybe a time where I wouldn't have stuck around, but I don't know if you had the pleasure of meeting my companions, Sir Cherie and Lady Hathor, but there's something else.
Cherie, yes.
Oh, you're of course.
Now, and like she kind of like reaches out for like your arm and goes, "Now help me up. I've been sitting in bed for the last 16 hours. I want to get up."
Are you sure about this?
Yeah.
Oh, I am going to if it does anything at all, I'm gonna give her some lay on hands because my God, have some hit points, lady.
Okay, got it.
Have
Yeah.
10.
You'll give her a 10. Wow, 10 hit points for Marguerite. She stands up and she's able to fucking click her heels in the air.
Holy shit!
Holy shit. Well, I tore some stitches, but I can't feel it, and I can feel the wound knitting itself back together. I feel fit as a fiddle and spry as a chicken.
Oh, there we go. You sure?
Oh yeah, and she grabs a rope and like undoes a bandage, and you can see like it's just physical stitching basically. Like again, this is not a world that has magical healing in it. It's mainly like besides Hathor and yourself and Sherry's lay on hands, like these people have basically been developing besides like magical potions here and there like reserved for emergencies. Like it's mainly like physical like medicine and whatever that would apply to in terms of like the physical way. And so she's like, yeah, I've never been hit with like magical healing before. Like that felt incredible. I can taste like it tastes like lemon cakes that I used to have when I was a child.
Oh, that's a good one.
And she kind of like stands up and she's like kind of like just like walking around a little bit, which she absolutely is not supposed to be doing.
I'm hovering a little bit. I'm like, don't do not die while I'm alone in this room with you. I just got on the goods with the bells.
She falls, hits her head, dead. No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not.
You kill Marguerite Pavel.
And she.
I have Revivify, bitch. Try me.
She starts walking and she just goes like, now don't deny yourself what brings you joy. When I married, and you see like her voice kind of like strains a little bit as like clearly her and Alwyn are having like they're on the outs right now. And she's like, when I married my husband, what I was expected to do for the family was so coming to be a Pavel was so divorced to what I was used to in the way, because you know my surname's Renoir. I was used to in being in the dirt with my hands and learning all things about the earth, and there was a lot of ideas, and of course we had to start a family, and I love my children. I love them. I love all three of them so deeply, but I wasn't going to let them take away what brings me joy. And I knew that I had responsibilities, but she points over to like where her like riding leathers are, and you're able to see like a well-worn whip and like a custom noble saddle that has the leather like discolored from use, and again her clothes just covered in dirt. And she goes, but I was born to be out in nature, and although I traded crops for animals, I didn't let that stop me. And don't argue against your nature. Just find a way to make it work for you. So if you want to get up to stealing candy or whatever brings you joy, or, you know, get up to your fair share of debauchery, just make sure it's not going to rip anybody's heart out. You know?
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to figure that out. Where my joy is, I guess. I'm not sure yet.
Well, apparently it's watching, your joy comes from watching old ladies just meander around the rooms for the first time, so.
I really enjoyed speaking with you. That was kind of one of the nicest conversations I'd had in a while that wasn't with my friends.
She smiles and she nods, and she like sits down in a chair that's like a grueling 8 feet away, and she says, well, while I have you here, if I could ask yourself, my husband and Adelia, they explained to me that the overall plot was to make Cassiano more than what he is right now. He has been a difficult child. And of course I have God looking down upon me with fire and judgment for saying that, but Lord, he has been a challenge. But you've done this for other people before, I would imagine, right?
A handful, yeah. Someone's trying to find their phone. Someone's trying to find their phone.
It's 2d12
not
phone
taking
damage.
that. You can play all the little music you want, Clyde. You're not coming back in the room.
1 second.
Oh,
1
good.
second.
Help him find it.
I roll 2d12 phone damage for Darby.
Yeah.
I love this woman. I love this
I
woman.
love her.
Yeah, the Renoirs are cool, and I'm excited for you guys to meet them. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Wax blackmailed them earlier in the campaign.
Oh yes, absolutely, yeah. The oldest Renoir daughter.
Oh right, yeah.
Sorry,
They're having a love affair.
Yeah, so it would be
The Renoirs and the Dubois.
the Dubois. Yes, so the Renoirs, that would be Marguerite's
Niece?
niece. Yes. So
iPad was found.
let's
iPad
go.
found. Let's go.
iPad.
Yo, more.
That's
more than one
3d12
W.
iPad damage.
Oh,
That's
let's see.
2d12.
Let's see. 13. Nope. 12. Can't do math.
Don't actually take the damage. You'll die.
So Marguerite looks to you and goes, now I understand there's a certain level of, now of course if you always want to gossip, I'm always down to spread fire, but the people that you've done this for, did they always stay the same, or did their reputation encourage them to do better?
It's hard to say. If anything, it almost gives them shoes to fill. And some people will rise to the occasion and some people don't. And maybe someone who would hire someone like me to do the things I do in the first place, maybe that's already a poor sign, but I've given something to Cassiano, and it's up to him what he does with it.
She nods. You see like a wry look across her face as she goes, it's almost it's disheartening for me to even admit this to you, but it's sad because the way that when Alwyn was a boy, there was an accident while he was out with the noble herds, and he had to single-handedly drive about 200 cattle back to Herb Corte, and it was like a rite of passage for him. But I think that some people think that suffering or hardship inherently makes them better. And from what I'm seeing, suffering just makes people suffer. Doesn't necessarily lead to any kind of positive outcome. And I might be a bad person for saying this, but I almost hope that this experience, again, thanking the gods that Cassiano's okay, that this kind of has him change his ways. But I guess only time's gonna tell us that. But maybe I'm a piece of shit for saying that.
I don't think you're a piece of shit for saying that. I think that from the time I spent with him, he certainly still has some growing to do. But maybe it would do him well to spend some more time with you than Alwyn. Because I think that if he took a page out of your book, might push him back towards the right path.
Give me a quick insight check as you mentioned that.
Insight. 15. Nope, 16. Nope. Wait.
Excuse me.
17.
Oh.
Thought it was negative. I thought it was negative, and then I remembered it was positive, and so I had to do the reverse
Got it. You're all good.
Reverse math.
The reverse map.
You're able to catch a glance as Marguerite looks over to, again, her riding clothes and her saddle. And she says to you, well, maybe people aren't like stallions, where you can't break their spirit. Maybe they're a bit more like crops, where you have to find what will make them grow. And as you catch her gaze go over to her possessions, you get the sense that, like, as you see almost like remorse come across her face, that what she's telling you, there is wisdom and there are pitfalls in what she is telling you. But in you saying that to her, you get the sense that she never gave up her nature. And in that way, perhaps wasn't around that much, and that Alwyn took a primary hand in raising the children. And again, from what, with the 17, more than you've been with these people so many fucking times, Adelia, again, Helena's a little bit too young to kind of parcel out exactly where she's going to fit in. Again, she has like some childish tendencies, but Adelia clearly took after her father, like almost to a T, in a way almost surpassing him in the level of like social manipulation that she's able to do. It doesn't seem like that took for Cassiano. And it seems that almost like Marguerite's recognizing that perhaps the reason he's stuck in his ways is because he is sticking to his guns. He's remaining within his nature and fighting against Alwyn in the way that Alwyn was raised. And she nods and she appreciates your wisdom.
I approach her and I hold a hand out to take hers if she'll let me.
She places a hand in your hand and she squeezes it. And she smiles. She smiles a little bit towards you.
I squeeze her hand and I say, I may have spent a long time resenting Cassiano. The longer that my friends knew me as him, and I knew it couldn't last. But I genuinely hope for both you and for him that he finds the right path and that you all are all right.
She again squeezes your hand and says, I hope when all this is over, we're all going to be a little bit better off.
You be well and eat some of those delicious lemon cakes. Get Alwyn to get them for you. It's the least he can do.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Now, help me get back into bed, or the medicine man are going to have a field day chewing me out for moving again.
All right, I'll help you out. Tell him that I didn't heal you, that you just did that. That's a new thing you discovered about yourself.
A couple heel clicks and I'm right as a summer rain.
Damn right.
You are able to help Marguerite up and get her into bed. Is there anything else you do before you head out?
That is all.
Okay. As you are walking out, you're able to hear Marguerite call out to Clyde and say, Clyde, get back in here. Go get Cassiano, send him in. No, I don't care how bad he is. Send him in. And Marguerite tells Cassiano to be fetched, and perhaps a little bit of family healing can occur before the evening is done. But yes, with that, we'll say that Cherie and Hawthorne are able to finish up their conversation, and if you all would like to sleep through the night until the fresh morning dew, you may.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, perfect. Long rests or whatever spell slots, healing hands you guys got, feel free to get those back.
Right.
And it is the morning in which you can head out. If you wish to stay at Herb Corte for more days, you're absolutely welcome. But again, pressing matters to attend to.
I want to find that guard who wouldn't tell me his name.
Okay, no problem.
I just want to be like, what's your name?
Very important.
Escorting Cassiano to Marguerite's room. Cassiano is looking bad, but better than when you guys escorted him. Again, he's looking a little bit fuller. You're able to see he has like stains over his shirt from like the amount of like chicken broth that he's been drinking, just kind of getting food back in the system that isn't just raw meat. And you're able to find him, and he kind of bumps into you and goes, "Oh, Allatour, hello." Again, just picture an average guy. Like I didn't even think about this guy that much. Runs into you. Oh, what do you say?
Oh, hi. You were a little bit busy before, but I did just want to get your name before I left.
My name is Private Theodore.
Can I do an insight check on him?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I want to look if he is open to me just planting one on him and then flying away. That's a natural 20.
That's it. Hey.
Yes.
He goes, Cassiano, you are aware of your mother's chambers? Cassiano goes, and Cassiano goes and walks to be with his mother, and he leans over to you and goes, now this might sound crazy. I truly, and he like kind of like whispers, he like puts his spear to the side and goes, like puts his helmet up and goes, I have never felt better than after you just completely just did it, you know. Would it be possible that before you go, you could do that again? Because then my life would be changed forever. Now, and of course, I would never want to dishonor such a fair lady as yourself, but you got something going on with you that just changes people.
Great, cool. I love to hear that. I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to teach you how to do it.
Oh, you try to unlock this man's latent magical ability.
No, I just teach him how to kiss.
Oh, okay, excellent. He goes, we had a chair room. It's empty now. We can go in there if you'd like to, if you want to.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. He takes you to a room.
I'm so sorry to rush us. I do have about a half hour before I will be missed. So let's go.
I would like to believe that I learn quickly. I will do my best, and if I can spread this
What
joy
is your name?
My name is Theodore, Private Theodore.
Oh, great. Excellent.
Wait,
Thank you.
what is your name?
Oh, you can just call me Allatour. I'm not a lady. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Allatour. We like two. Oh my god. And, like, see, he's like getting like really flush in the face, and he's like starting to like fucking. He's like sweating a little bit, and fully does not expect you guys to have sex or anything.
Yeah,
but it's like, oh my god, this like beautiful, like, and all like just being honest about it, this almost mythical like foreign figure. It's just humans here. Like the idea of a Nephilim being here is insane. And he's like, I'm gonna go make out with a Nephilim in the castle. So he's like, he like takes you into this room, and you're able to see the remnants of a horrific battle between lumberjacks and chairs, and the lumberjacks won and slaughtered them down to the last man. There was nothing but splinters and legs and the backs of chairs everywhere. And he goes, okay, how do you do that?
Okay, you're gonna want to. Okay, so the next time I do it, I'm gonna need you to close your eyes while it's happening.
He goes, okay. Where are you?
Oh. And okay, so. I just take hold of his shoulders. I'm still here. I haven't moved. Why are you moving? I haven't changed position.
I'm kicking a lot of wood. I'm scared.
Keep your eyes open now. It's just, have you never kissed anybody before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, honey.
Yeah, I was told to watch over the nobles. It was a wonderful position, and then I got thrown out of a window, and you planted one on me, and he kind of starts like freaking out a little bit. He's nervous. He's a nervous dude.
I kiss him.
You guys kiss, and it's a nice half
and
an
I
hour.
kiss him until he starts to relax.
Yeah, half an hour. It's very kind of like stop and start, like kind of like someone who's only ever like read about it happening, and like maybe like seen his parents kiss, and then he loosens up and it gets more natural, and we can do a fade to black from a makeout from
yes,
there.
Please.
Yes, absolutely. As yes, you're able to rest through the evening after you've caught your white whale.
Yeah, this and then Cherie came to, like, I left that, went to my room, and Cherie arrived as I was starting to read my book.
Yes, exactly. Okay, awesome. And you guys are able to sleep through the evening. Is there anything else within Herb Corte that you guys would like to do before you hit the road?
Nah, I'm good.
I write a letter to the Honorable Viscount Cassiano Owen Pavel.
Okay.
Just kind of saying a lot of the same things I said to Marguerite about how, about maybe not following, like, his father's instructions, maybe listening a bit more to his mother instead, about how he has this kind of opportunity afforded to him now, and it's up to him what he does with it.
Okay.
And just all of that in the hopes that maybe he considers it in conjunction with the talk that he may have had with Marguerite.
Okay. Fascinating. Yeah, you're able to pass that note, that letter off to the servants. They can guarantee that's going to be received by him. But the results of that letter, only time will tell. Yeah, it's probably going to take some time for some things, but I think you know in your heart of hearts that you're going to get some kind of response in some way, shape, or form. It'll just take a little bit. Make sense?
Yes.
Perfect. And also, did you ever decide on what spell you would have preferred between Animal Friendship and Speak with Animals?
Ooh. I think I'm trying to remember. I do think I decided in my brain. Did I write it down or remember? Sure didn't.
Hell no.
It was Animal Friendship or Speak with Animals.
Yes.
Let me look these spells back up real quick. I think.
You think.
I think I can.
I think I can.
I think I can.
I think I can.
I think Speak with Animals.
Speak with Animals.
Yeah.
As your quill comes away from this parchment, as you're able to blow it dry, roll it up.
You're muted.
Me?
There you go.
I was muted? Really?
You cut out a little bit.
Oh,
I think your
interesting.
noise gate is high.
Oh, okay, got it. Well, as you finish making this letter, as you pass it off, the words of Marguerite and just this entire ordeal of like this family in like, you know, all these complex relationships. First of all, you're like, fuck, gotta deal with like 5 more of these. And the next thing that you realize is, I believe this is Wax's first time acting on their own volition in a way that is not fuck you got mine. Would that be accurate to say?
Oh yeah.
And you feel this like, again, this surge of energy go through you as you realize that you've acquired the appreciation of Marguerite, Cassiano, Alwyn, Adelia, all of these incredibly powerful people, and the spell Speak with Animals is added to your roster in whatever way. And, you know, conversations regarding Marguerite and Cassiano and nature and family dynamics, and you wonder how your powers could be used for good. The idea of like being, you know, you spoke with Allatour about 2 sides of the same coin, being that of like deception and love, like persuasion or deceit. And you gotta wonder, what exactly does deceit mean? And what can that mean in this world where there can be so much good done with it? And that's where we're going to end tonight's session with the grand send-off happening next session. Herb Corte, very chill goodbye to it. But beginning of next session, unless there's anything else, we're going to be leaving Herb Corte. But ladies and gentlemen, did we all have a good time?
Yeah.
Yes, and yes.
Oh my God.
It's like classic fucking D&D. We got good roleplay. We got research. We have world map preparations. It feels so good. Oh, absolutely
So
excellent.
good.
I did not expect you to talk to Marguerite, but I love Marguerite. I think it's very
love
fascinating.
her.
I
I
love
was
Marjorie.
so glad. Oh, I love talking to her. She's so cool.
Yeah.
I like her voice.
I have a lot of so I actually modeled that. The Renoirs all have southern accents because I can't do that many accents. But I modeled her voice because I believe we're not gonna go into specifics, but Kate and you and have talked about stories of your high school and a teacher in your high school.
Yes.
Yep.
You guys have probably
Yes,
noticed that.
yep,
Yes.
Yep.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, Marguerite sounds a lot more lovelier
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
this other person
There's
was.
I almost just did something so bad because my impulse when I'm doing an impression of that person is to say her name in her voice.
Oh.
So I was about to
Dodge
full
the,
name her
just
in
gonna
the
dox
accent.
somebody.
Yep.
But yes, that is my that was a lot of fun. I said I was gonna talk about something after stream, but I can't remember what it was, or something
With
like
something about Hathor and Cherie. Right? That
I think so.
conversation
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
had?
yeah.
Which, first of all, it's fucking spectacular. I was watching the shit out of my shows, you guys. My God.
it was wonderful.
So good.
Shucks.
It was-
Shucks.
I was eating it.
We were like, I had seen, and I muted, and I went,
I was like, these motherfuckers gonna kiss. like
There's some tension there.
we're talking about because Olive and Cowrie has been a wonderful slow burn across like 30 sessions and that's the thing, in for the world of the palm on the fist, that makes sense because it's like it's kind of fucking hard to focus on a relationship when the world's blowing up every other fucking day. But in this game where it's like there's just and like also I think I mentioned it, like Herb Corte was the most like real this is gonna get, where it was like that constant drive towards a goal. The entire rest of the world's like much more like magical. It's we're gonna get back to like the soap opera routes, I can guarantee it. And like I don't think the amount of tension can you have these conversations and just go to bed afterwards?
Yes.
When
And I
Wax
will.
finds out you guys are having super secret sleepovers and Wax was not invited.
No.
You're gonna be invited. You're gonna be invited to the next one.
Gotta
it was
be invited.
No, take as long as you guys want for whatever. I think
I was talking because Drew and I were hanging out because we need to finish Resident Evil 4. But we were hanging out, and I was like, Hathor already is like, these two motherfuckers are my family. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
And it's my job to make sure they do.
And also just like
when,
Cherie
when you
being-
said I want someone to like to choose or like whatever, I literally, as a person and as a character, bit my tongue from saying I'll do it. Like, okay,
me.
me.
Remember 2 sessions ago when Cherie and Wax shook hands over the one thing they could agree on, which was protecting Hathor at all costs?
I did not go into this game like intending to make just a sweet baby angel, but
And you did.
I did.
Well, like I think
think
it's yeah. No, please.
No, you go.
Well, I was gonna speak of like party dynamics and like just noticing like party composition, but no, what were you gonna say?
Well, just a note on that. It's so funny to be like these two grizzled, like world-weary characters. Then I'm just like, I'm Hathor. I like everybody. I have a great time. I like making people. I'm Hathor. Like a Pokemon.
I think it's fascinating that like looking, because from like a bird's eye view of all of this, like Palm, like, and acknowledging the fact that I look at every character individual as like a unique and wonderful part of the story that I cannot wait to explore in as much depth as humanly possible. Overall, and I think Kate and I have talked about this before, Palm in the Fist with Rochi, or with Moch now, Cowrie feels like the heart of the party. Not like a leader,
Yes.
not like the most important, but in the way of like, at least for me, Cowrie and the way in which Cowrie was designed and the story that they have, both present and past, feels like it is perfectly in tandem with the Palm on the Fist. That being like a wide-reaching map of all these connections, like with adventure and stories to like uncover and like these treasures all around. That makes sense for Palm on the Fist. this very much feels like Hathor is the heart, literally, because I think where the Palm of the Fist is like chaos and fuck you got mine, this is a world of love, it's a world of emotion, and it's a world of complicated emotion. And I think Hathor, like, you know, noble knight and like sugar trickster aside, Hathor is perfectly designed to navigate those situations in the most mature way possible. So I just like it a lot. I like finding you guys like having through lines. It's cool.
Also, having only 3 players is hard. You know, like it's hard to have a balanced party when you're 3 players. We fucking did it, fam. We did it. It's so like we are so well attuned to each other, and so like even our ability scores balance each other out, and it's just so
yes.
Like.
I'm so happy.
I love it.
I'm so happy we're able to learn like more Pavel lore, kind of giving like a little bit like a dynamics of all of that. Because I think a whole history, like a little bit of history. Also, this is probably gonna be the last. Like again, small little goodbye at the beginning of next session. But Darby, the designer of the Pavels, how did we do with them? How was it?
I love the Pavels. They're so complicated, and I hate some of them, and I love some of them. It's great.
So
got everything.
Little bit of history that we're not gonna be able to get into, but I'll tell you guys now. The story that I had for their family was that like, because again, Marguerite Pavel, farmer, was taught like, you know, you guys to love and cultivate things like that. And Alwyn Pavel being very much like hardship from when he was like preteen until he basically like took over and kind of had like a more like clerical position. They work because they cancel each other out, because they're like two, they're yin and yang. But a thing that I thought of was that, because I think I mentioned it before, they only mentioned that they have 3 children. I actually, and this isn't like implemented in the way that like it's like important, but it made sense in my brain, that Alwyn and Marguerite, they had a child that sadly passed away in infancy, just because again, no magical healing, not really much they can do about it, and that kind of shifted the way that they both like view like their children, where Alwyn was like, I need to make sure that these children are like strong and capable to avoid that happening, not only from his own child, but like, you know, to avoid like, you know, trying to have some control. And Marguerite kind of like fell back into the ways of like, I want to go be like hands-on, I want to get back into the world and kind of like not escape that, but like find that kind of solace with like her beginnings. And it just made sense to me, and I hope that makes sense to all of you.
Yeah,
but
it's so good.
Yeah, you mentioned that in Misadventures, that they had another child.
Yes.
That they'd lost.
Yeah, but I just think it's fun.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited going forward. Also, like, sorry, I keep coming back to it, but literally, I'm gonna be in bed being like, I have to fall asleep now after that.
He was here.
Shut up.
I could fall asleep if I had a big lady to cuddle with.
A strong lady to protect me. No, but there was a moment where I was like it just, the way like you sometimes hit a flow state in like role play or in combat or something, and I was like, oh, I can't, she doesn't know how to, and then Shuri's like, Higgy, and I was like, oh, thank God. Okay. I can make this make sense now. But it's just oh my God. And I'm so excited for like roleplay with Wax or later on, because listen, Hathor is not gonna rest until you two are like, we're family.
Aww.
The 3 of us, we're a team.
Family.
We're here.
Family.
And that's like, it's one of the reasons why she's known this for a while, but she is coming to terms with it, this idea of like, she and Higgy have always, like I set it up from the beginning with Drew, of like, they have always been 2 ships passing in the night who occasionally reunite and stuff, but like, they have such different life goals and different responsibilities that they've both always known that like, you're probably not going to be my person forever. And Hathor has been in a great deal of denial of that, while also trying to be mature for a very long time. And then like, I think it was after we went through the portal and to the like cloud giants, I think is when she started to be like, okay, these are my people. I think these are my people now. Okay. And Hathor's just a person-to-person based kind of like that's just who she is that like it's not like she's leapfrogging to the next relationship, but it's more so like this is something that anchors me and I'm not just left drifting, you know.
Yeah. So many thoughts. So many thoughts. But with all of that, what an excellent session. To anybody that stuck around, thanks so much for coming to the table. We deeply appreciate you being here. We hope you had as much fun as we did, and we'll be catching you in the next one. So get excited for our heroes to travel
Secret tunnel.
north, to the secret tunnel, and hopefully save Higgy. Catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys.
Secret.